crackdown. The Jammu and Kashmir Police State Investigation Agency has carried out a raid at the Kashmir Times office in Jammu, alleging that the newspaper has been involved in anti-national activities and spreading disaffection against the country. Those are the charges against Kashmir Times. That's the news that we are getting at this time. These are the sections that have been filed. According to sources, SIA has filed a first information report naming Anuradha Bhasin, editor of Kashmir Times, in connection with these charges. The investigation aims to examine her alleged links and activities that quote-unquote threaten the sovereignty of India. Meanwhile, Kashmir Times has issued an official statement claiming that reports are baseless. The statement reads that the reported raids at our office, the baseless accusations of activities inimical to the state, and the coordinated crackdown on the Kashmir Times are yet another attempt to silence us. That's what the Kashmir Times has claimed. According to sources in the State Investigation Agency, during a search operation at the Kashmir Times newspaper office, officials recovered few rounds of AK-47 rifle ammunition, pistol rounds, and a grenade lever. The materials have been seized for forensic examination, and the SIA is continuing its investigation into the source and purpose of the recovered items. And I'm being joined by my colleague Mehraj Ahmed right now for us. Thank you very much, Mehraj, for joining us. Will you just break this down for us? Because these are huge allegations against Kashmir Times, and Kashmir Times completely denying this. What are you picking up?
Well, Sneha, SIA conducted raids this morning, and there, according to sources, there was a proper FIR against the Kashmir Times newspaper. And the agency raided the office of the said newspaper in Jammu. But so far, what we are learning from that very institution, that these so far all the allegations are baseless. But according to them, what they have issued a press release, they said that this is a we can say that I will put that we can't we call this authorities to immediately seize this harassment. They take it as harassment. But I want to clear it that Anuradha Bhasin's many books have been already labeled as not fit for reading in Jammu and Kashmir, and we saw recent 250 with books who were banned by MHA has been Anuradha Bhasin's book is also among the 260 books. So far, Anuradha Bhasin is the person who, from the first day, wrote against the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, and that could be a reason that MHA and security agencies are clearly monitoring her activities, and that is what SIA today mentioned, that her activities are suspicious, and that is what they raided their office in early morning today. And so far, according to the sources, some ammunition have been recovered by that office, but totally denying the fact that Anuradha Bhasin said that these are all allegations, and our what we publish in our digital India digital platform there, that is available on their website, and any reader can think and take what was anti-national there. So this is allegation and between two agencies and the institution of news paper here in Kashmir. But so far, SIA is conducting raids, and that is what we are learning from ground as well.
Right, Mehraj, how are different stakeholders, including fellow journalists, looking at this at this point from Jammu and Kashmir?
Well, Sneha, Anuradha Bhasin is considered among the top figures as journalists, and but so far, what after 2019 happened and on ground, there are two versions. Some seriously respect her as a whistleblower to the government, who criticizes the government on their we can say that policies, who are not friendly to people in Jammu and Kashmir.
Right.
But some are saying that their write-ups are always as brainwashed to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. So there are two versions, and the followers of Anuradha Bhasin, some supports her and some opposes her on the ground.
Right,
as well.
sure. I mean, that's what, you know, I mean, don't want to generalize this at this point, but want to also move on to ask you that there are raids that are going on currently, even as we speak, across Kashmir. Would you give us details on how is that looking on the ground? Just how extensive have these raids been, let's say, over the last 24 hours?
Well, Sneha, those raids are going since we can say that a postal case was exposed by Jammu and Kashmir, especially by Srinagar police, and Dr. Adil was arrested in Saharanpur regarding that postal case. Those raids are continuing since day, and then when doctors were arrested in this case, these raids got more strong, and then we are seeing that these raids are currently happening in every corner of Jammu and Kashmir as well, especially if we talk about Kashmir. So today the raids were conducted in Anantnag Government Medical College. It is pertinent to mention that this is the same institution from which AK-47 was recovered from a locker of Dr. Adil. So security agencies are trying to pinpoint and doubling their efforts to expose each and every tainted doctor and we can say OGW or sympathizer of terror. So these practices and raids are going into that connection as well on ground. Back to you.
Right. Mehraj, just sticking to the story, this is a very big development that is coming in. The fact that there is an FIR against Kashmir Times now, and Kashmir Times completely denying this. What is Kashmir Times saying next would be their action? Do we know anything about that? And how are security officials looking at proceeding in this case?
Definitely, as what will be the legal remedies for the Kashmir Times, definitely they will opt for it. So far as if we talk about Kashmir Times Srinagar office here in Srinagar, it has been sealed since 2019, 2020, and that is what they mentioned in their press release. They are not uh, taking out the hard copies of their printed version of their newspaper. They are only on digital platforms, and that is what happening. If we talk about the Srinagar office of Kashmir Times, there is a legal case against that, and Anuradha Bhasin is fighting that as well. So there will be they will take some medical their legal remedies as well, and that is what the possibilities are there. That's it.
Mehraj, let's just stick to this point because we are just picking up some news right now about, further sacks of some ammonium nitrate being picked up in different parts of India for that matter. But the larger question still remains about how there seems to be an entire nexus, a crackdown that is happening across the country and a white-collar terror nexus that's surfacing.
Well, Sneha, we can say that more than 1,000 places have been raided and more than 600 people have been questioned in Kashmir, especially if we talk about this nexus. So security agencies are trying and doubling their efforts to expose each and every sympathizer and supporter of this network. That is what's happening here. And we are on the everyday, we are getting from sources that that doctor have been questioned, detained, and that is what actually security forces are trying so that every member of this network will be dealt with law as per rules and regulations. Back to you.
Thank you very much for joining us with those details.